Hello everyone and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we have an intermediate level lesson about education and university.
That's right. Today we're trying to find a university. We want to get some information about how much it costs and all that sort of stuff. So why don't we jump into the dialogue and see what's going on today.
I've never heard of Amline College. Could you?
Of course, sir. Let me give you a brief overview. Amline College is located in the center of New York City. The school covers a wide range of academic subjects, and 80% of the courses are transferable to other state universities. And last year, Amline College was ranked #1 in terms of graduate employment.
Interesting. And what about the tuition fees, then?
You'll be looking at somewhere around $15,000 per semester.
Okay. Well...
And did I mention our on-campus housing? Students can stay in our newly renovated dorms for as little as $3,000 per month.
Sounds good. Well, I'll just grab one of your flyers.
Sir, you got the wrong flyer. Sir! Sir!
All right, we're back. So now let's take a look at some language on Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
So first up, Marco, we've got this word transferable. In the dialogue, the representative from Amline College said that 80% of the courses are transferable to other universities.
Okay, so before we talk about transferable, what is the difference here? We have two words, college and university. So why is he saying that you can transfer your courses from Amline College to another university?
Well, college and university are words that we use in English to describe higher education. That means education after high school. And a college is usually just for bachelor's students who are doing their first 4 years out of high school. But a university is it's usually a larger institution that has bachelor's degree students as well as master's degree students and PhD candidates. And so while a college is for 18 to 22-year-olds, a university can have students of all ages who are doing sometimes very advanced degrees, like postdoctoral work.
Okay, very interesting. And so this is why the person mentions that 80% of the courses are transferable to other state universities. So transferable means that you can transfer, you can move to another university. So everything that you've studied, you can take with you.
That's right. So a lot of people like to start at a college or vice versa. They like to start at a big university and transfer to a college. And so it's important to know that your courses can be transferred as well. So if I studied Spanish for 2 years, I can transfer I can transfer those courses to my new school.
Right, so you don't have to start over.
Right.
Okay, very good. And, well, obviously one of the big questions when you're picking a university is the tuition fee.
So tuition is the amount of money it costs to attend a university for usually a year. Tuition fees is the actual money you have to pay. So you can say, I can't afford my tuition fees this year, so I will be getting a part-time job.
Okay. And so this is what tuition fees are. In school, you call it tuition. You don't say how much it costs. You ask, what is the tuition?
What's the tuition, exactly?
Okay. And he mentioned that it was around $15,000 per semester. So this is interesting. Is this the year?
No, a semester is half of an academic year. All right. So an academic year is usually September to May or June. And a semester is half of that. So first semester or fall semester is the study period between September and December or January.
That's right. Okay. So basically what we could deduce is that this university costs $15,000 per semester or about $30,000 per year.
That's right.
Okay, very good. And, well, he also mentioned about the on-campus housing.
All right, so on campus is pretty straightforward. It means that this housing option where you live and sleep is on the campus. And a university campus is not one building, it's many, many buildings together. Sometimes there are classrooms and there are laboratories and there's a cafeteria, but there's also housing. And most housing comes in one style. What's the style they mentioned in today's dialogue?
A dorm. This is where university students usually live if they live on campus. They have dorms.
So dorm is short for dormitory, and it basically means that it's an apartment building for students or even sometimes workers that's very close to where they'll be studying or working.
So what is the difference between a dorm and an apartment?
Well, I can give you an example. Some dorms are very fancy, but my dorm at university was very simple. So I lived in one bedroom with another girl. There were two beds and no bathroom. And so everyone on that floor of the building shared bathrooms. And the bathrooms were, there's 6 showers and 4 toilets or whatever.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I think this is the main thing with a dorm is usually you don't have a kitchen, you don't have usually your own bathroom, and so it's just basically a room and a bedroom, and then you share everything else with other people. All right, very good. A lot of great things related to college. I think this is very good vocab for you, especially if you're considering going to college or something like that. Especially if you're considering going to college or maybe you want to continue your studies. So why don't we go back, let's listen to this dialogue again, and we'll be back with Fluency Builder.
I've never heard of M-Line College. Could you?
Of course, sir. Let me give you a brief overview. M-Line College is located in the center of New York City. The school covers a wide range of academic subjects, and 80% of the courses are transferable to other state universities. And last year, M-Line College was ranked number 1 in terms of graduate employment.
Interesting. And what about the tuition fees, then?
You'll be looking at somewhere around $15,000 per semester.
Okay, well...
And did I mention our on-campus housing? Students can stay in our newly renovated dorms for as little as $3,000 per month.
Sounds good. Well, I'll just grab one of your flyers.
Sir, you got the wrong flyer. Sir! Sir!
All right, we're back. So now let's take a look at these 3 phrases we've picked out for you on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
So again, when the person who was speaking for this college was describing it, they said that the school covers a wide range of academic subjects. Now, this phrase, wide range, is something you'll hear in a lot of different contexts. What does it mean, Marco?
That's right. It means that they have a variety, a very big variety of subjects. So they don't only focus, for example, on business. They may have arts, they may have engineering, business, etc.
So if you're studying at a university and they offer one course, they offer English, is that a wide range of subjects?
No, that's not a wide range. So basically a wide range of subjects would be that you can have many, many, many choices. Okay.
Well, after that, we also had a great phrase when we were discussing tuition fees. So the visitor asked, what about the tuition fees? And the answer was, you'll be looking at somewhere around $15,000. Now, you'll be looking at is a very, very strange phrase, right? Well, it's not strange, but it might sound strange to non-native English speakers.
It's actually a very common phrase, especially when you're talking to salesmen. They don't want to say you'll have to pay or you have to pay or anything like this. They'll say, well, you'll be looking at somewhere around $15,000. And that means you are expected to pay this amount of money. But they don't really say pay. So this is the key thing.
All right. So this is the price. This is the price tag. And this is something that, like you're saying, salespeople say so that you don't have to say, well, the price of this is $30,000. So another good context for this phrase would be like a car dealership. If I'm buying a car and I see a beautiful new Ford Mustang, and I say, well, how much does this cost? What would you, as the car dealer, say?
I'll say, well, you'll be looking at around $30,000.
I don't know.
That's right. So this is a way of saying you'll have to pay. And well, the guy wasn't really convinced. I think it was kind of expensive because dorms were also $3,000 per month. So he was like, well, sounds good. Well, I'll just grab one of your flyers.
All right, so this phrase "sounds good" is something that English speakers use all the time. I personally use it very, very often, and it's another way of saying okay.
Yeah, so if you agree with someone, you say sounds good.
So should we meet at 7 for the movie tonight?
Yeah, sure, sounds good.
All right. It's another way of saying yes, good, okay, very well.
That's right. So sounds good. Great stuff. Why don't we take a break? Let's listen to everything one more time, and we'll be back in a bit.
I've never heard of Amline College. Could you?
Of course, sir. Let me give you a brief overview. Amline College is located in the center of New York City. The school covers a wide range of academic subjects, and 80% of the courses are transferable to other state universities. And last year, Amline College was ranked number 1 in terms of graduate employment.
Interesting. And what about the tuition fees, then?
You'll be looking at somewhere around $15,000 per semester.
Okay. Well...
And did I mention our on-campus housing? Students can stay in our newly renovated dorms for as little as $3,000 per month.
Sounds good. Well, I'll just grab one of your flyers.
Sir, you got the wrong flyer. Sir! Sir!
All right, so universities in the United States, they're infamous for being very expensive.
That's right. And so we discussed the difference between colleges and universities, but I think it's important to also talk about the difference between public and private schools. Public schools are schools that are paid for by the government or that are subsidized, so the government pays part of them. And these are schools that tend to be cheaper than private schools. So private schools can be as much as $50,000 for 1 year of study.
So, for example, the famous ones like Harvard or Stanford, those are private schools.
Those are private schools, but the University of California is a public institution. The University of Illinois, for example, is another public institution. So there are many different options in the United States.
I think usually the state universities have the name of the state in them. So University of Florida is probably state university.
That's right, but you have to be careful because the University of Pennsylvania is a private university.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an Ivy League school, so it's one of the oldest schools in America, and it's like Harvard or Yale. It's very, very high quality.
This is something that they always mention when talking about universities in the States. They always say it's an Ivy League school, just like you said right now. What does it mean if a university is Ivy League?
Well, a league is just a group, right? And so some of the first universities in the United States formed this group called the Ivy League, and I think it used to have to do with the sports. These teams would play each other in sports, but I could be wrong. Anyway, these were in the 18th century. These are schools for men. And there were seven Ivy League schools for men, and then there were the sister schools for women.
Yeah, like
Wellesley, Radcliffe, these are the sister schools. And so nowadays, both men and women can go to all these universities. And so we just talk about them as the Ivy Leagues. And the Ivy League schools that are most famous are Harvard, Yale, Brown, the University of Pennsylvania, Columbia, things like that.
So talking about universities and colleges, I have heard also the community college.
Yeah, that can be a lot more affordable. That's something that's because it's community college. It's usually something you go to back near your home because colleges and universities, sometimes people travel very, very far to go to these schools. But community colleges are available to people in your own community, and you can take night classes. You can do a lot of different things at them. They're great resources. They're a lot more affordable than other schools, and a lot of people like to go to them because they don't have to pay these expensive fees for housing like dorms or for travel.
Right.
And they're a great option for people. So community colleges and universities are the major distinctions.
There is a lot to talk about on this subject, especially if you're a student or you're a professional considering doing a master's abroad, or you want to go to the States or Canada to study. There's a lot of things to take into consideration. So this is a great topic. We really want to hear from you. If you have any other questions or doubts, you can always find us at englishpod.com.
We hope to see you guys there. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
the English Pod audio review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
A general review. Overview. A variety. Wide range. Place something in a particular position. Rank. School fee. Tuition. One of two divisions of an academic year. Semester. A room for students to sleep in. Dorm. Flats or apartments in school. On-campus housing. A small sheet that advertises a product. Flyer.
Let's try that faster.
Place something in a particular position. Rank. A variety. Wide range. Flats or apartments in school. On-campus housing. One of two divisions of an academic year. Semester. A small sheet that advertises a product. Flyer. A room for students to sleep in. Dorm. School fee. Tuition. A general review. Overview.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Wide range. Our company offers a wide range of delivery services. Wide range. This ice cream place has a wide range of flavors. Wide range. We don't have a wide range of options. Are these courses transferable? Make sure you only sign up for the courses that are transferable. The courses weren't transferable, so I had to retake 5 classes. Rank. Peking University is ranked number 1 in China. Rank. How is this university ranked in terms of campus facilities? Rank. Could you tell me the ranking of this school? Here is a list of academic subjects offered at this university. What are the academic subjects available at this university? There are a range of academic subjects to choose from. Do you stay in on-campus housing? I live off campus. Students can choose between on-campus housing and homestay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another great lesson with us here at English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be talking about an ER, an emergency room.
Exactly. We're bringing you our very own ER drama here at English Pod.
Yeah, doctor shows are very popular with people, medical terms and all that stuff.
Yeah, so we're going to teach you some words that you might hear commonly in medical shows on TV or in movies. This is really common language in television.
Or even at a hospital, right?
Well, yeah, but let's hope our listeners don't have to face this.
Okay, so let's preview some words in vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
All right, so what's our first word?
Okay, the first word is CPR.
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 So that's pretty easy. What does that mean?
Well, it's short for cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
Okay.
If that means anything to you.
Well, cardio is related to the heart.
Uh-huh.
Pulmonary refers to the lungs.
Yep.
Resuscitation means to come back to life.
Yes. So basically CPR is, you know when someone stops breathing, you put your mouth on their mouth and you breathe inside their lungs?
Okay, to give them air.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So CPR.
That's CPR. Okay. So let's take a look at our next word. BP.
BP.
So BP is short for
Blood pressure.
blood pressure. That's
Yeah.
just the way that doctors use it in the emergency room.
Exactly. Pretty simple.
Okay, so blood pressure. And our last word, acute respiratory failure.
Acute respiratory failure.
So what is that exactly? That sounds complicated.
Basically, it's really serious that you stop breathing.
You stop breathing.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go into acute respiratory failure, then the doctor or somebody has to perform CPR.
Right.
All right, cool. Okay, so we've previewed these three great words. Now let's listen to our dialogue for the first time. It's going to be really fast and you're going to have a lot of drama in it, so don't worry if you don't understand everything.
Yeah, we're going to come back and teach you some of the important language.
Help! Are you a doctor? My poor little Frankie has just stopped breathing. Oh my gosh, help me. I tried to perform CPR, but I don't know if I could get any air into his lungs. Oh, Frankie!
Ellen, get him hooked up to a monitor. Somebody page Dr. Hauser. Get the patient to hold still. I can't get a pulse. Okay, he's on the monitor. His BP's falling. He's flatlining.
No! Frankie! Doctor, do something!
Someone get her out of here. Get me the defibrillator. Okay, clear? Again, clear? Come on, damn it, I'm not letting go of you. Clear! I got a pulse. Okay, what's happening? Patient is in acute respiratory failure. I think we're going to have to intubate.
All right, tubes in, bag him. Somebody give him 10 cc's shot of adrenaline. Let's go, people, move, move!
Doctor, oh, thank God. How is he?
We've managed to stabilize Frankie, but he's not out of the woods yet. He's still in critical condition. We're moving him to intensive care, but...
Doctor, just do whatever it takes. I just want my little Frankie to be okay. I couldn't imagine life without my little hamster.
Wow, so much drama over a little hamster.
Yeah, a little pet,
A
hey?
little pet, the little hamster.
Well, you know what? I can relate to this owner, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that later.
Yeah, I know you have a really good story about this.
Yeah, but in the meantime, let's look at some great language in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, so let's take a look at our first word. Intubate.
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 So this is a medical procedure.
Exactly. When a patient can't breathe properly, sometimes the doctor takes a long tube and puts it into their mouth and down their pipes, I guess, down their breathing tube.
Right.
So that they can breathe better.
Okay, so that's to intubate.
Yes.
Okay, so once they've intubated the patient, They start to bag him.
Yeah, bag him.
Bag him.
Bag him.
Does that mean they like put a bag over the person's head or something?
No. So there's a bag attached to this intubation tube, and you squeeze it to put air into the lungs.
Okay, so you squeeze this bag and it puts air through the tube.
I think this is just medical slang.
Yeah, I guess bag him.
But you hear it all the time on TV, so it's important our listeners know it.
Okay. Let's look at our next word. Critical condition.
Critical condition.
Critical condition.
The patient's in critical condition.
This condition means it's serious.
Right. If a patient is in critical condition, they're either really, really hurt or really, really sick, and they could die pretty soon.
Okay. So you don't want to be in critical condition.
No.
Let's take a look at our next word. Stabilize.
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 So when the doctors stabilize a patient, they take that patient out of danger.
Exactly. When a patient is stabilized, they probably won't die in 5 minutes.
Okay.
But they could still be really sick. They could be in critical condition, right?
But it's under control.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stabilize. Let's look at our last word. ICU.
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 Intensive care unit.
Okay, that's what it means. Intensive care unit.
Yep.
So that's the place where patients who are in critical condition are taken.
Right.
So what's the difference between an ICU and a regular room?
Well, I don't know. I've never been in one. But I think like patients are monitored regularly. And I think there's, maybe there are more nurses and fewer patients. There's just a higher level of care.
A higher level of care.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's time for us to listen to our dialogue again. Now try to catch all of these medical terms that we've just talked about, and then we'll come back and explain a few phrases.
Help! Are you a doctor? My poor little Frankie has just stopped breathing. Oh my gosh, help me. I tried to perform CPR, but I don't know if I could get any air into his lungs. Oh, Frankie.
Ellen, get him hooked up to a monitor. Somebody page Dr. Hauser. Get the patient to hold still. I can't get a pulse. Okay, he's on the monitor. His BP's falling. He's flatlining.
No! Frankie! Doctor, do something!
Someone get her out of here. Get me the defibrillator. Okay, clear? Again, clear? Come on, damn it, I'm not letting go of you. Clear! I've got a pulse.
Okay, what's happening?
The patient is in acute respiratory failure. I think we're going to have to intubate.
All right, tubes in, bag him. Somebody give him 10 cc's shot of adrenaline. Let's go, people, move, move.
Doctor, oh, thank God. How is he?
We've managed to stabilize Frankie, but he's not out of the woods yet. He's still in critical condition. We're moving him to intensive care, but...
Doctor, just do whatever it takes. I just want my little Frankie to be okay. I couldn't imagine life without my little hamster.
Okay, so there are some really good phrasal verbs in this dialogue.
Yeah, a couple of good phrasal verbs.
Okay, so let's take a look at these phrasal verbs in putting it together.
Putting it together.
All right, so what's our first phrasal verb today?
Hook up.
Hook up.
Hook up.
So to hook up.
So when we talk about hooking something up, we are usually talking about electronics, right, Marco?
Yeah, you usually hook up your TV or your computer.
Yeah.
So why don't we listen to some examples of how we would use hook up?
Example 1.
I finally got a Nintendo Wii. Come on, help me hook it up to the TV.
Example 2. I don't know how to hook up this new DVD player. Can you help me? Example 3.
I just hooked up my new HD TV. Want to come over and watch a movie?
Great. So you can see that there are a few different variations of this pattern here with the word hook up because it's a phrasal verb.
Exactly.
And I think the same patterns can apply to our next phrasal verb.
Hold still.
Hold still.
Hold still.
Hold still.
So the doctor needed the patient to hold still.
Right, to stop moving.
Stop moving, exactly. Okay, let's listen to some more examples of hold still because, again, it's a really great phrasal verb that you can change up a little bit.
Example 1. If you don't hold still, I can't see if you have something in your eye. Example 2.
Hold still while she cuts your hair, or else she might make a mistake.
Example 3. Hold still, you have a bee on your back.
Okay, hold still. Great word.
Yep. All right, one final phrase for you. Out of the woods.
Out of the woods.
Out of the woods.
Out of the woods.
So when someone's out of the woods, they're...
Free from danger.
Safe.
Okay, safe.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of a saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out of the woods.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
free. I'm safe.
I guess there are two variants of this phrase. We can say, I'm out of the woods, or we're out of the woods, or I guess we're not out of the woods yet. Yep.
So, okay. Out of the woods. Okay, so now it's time for us to listen to our dialogue again. And when we come back, Erica's going to tell us about her ER story.
Are you a doctor? My poor little Frankie has just stopped breathing. Oh my gosh, help me. I tried to perform CPR, but I don't know if I could get any air into his lungs. Oh, Frankie.
Helen, get him hooked up to a monitor. Somebody page Dr. Hauser. Get the patient to hold still. I can't get a pulse. Okay, he's on the monitor. His BP's falling. He's flatlining.
No! Frankie! Doctor, do something!
Someone get her out of here. Get me the defibrillator. Okay, clear? Again, clear? Come on, damn it, I'm not letting go of you. Clear! I got a pulse.
Okay, what's happening?
Patient is in acute respiratory failure. I think we're going to have to intubate.
All right, tubes in. Bag him. Somebody give him 10 cc's shot of adrenaline. Let's go. People, move, move.
Doctor, oh, thank God. How is he?
We've managed to stabilize Frankie, but he's not out of the woods yet. He's still in critical condition. We're moving him to intensive care, but...
Doctor, just do whatever it takes. I just want my little Frankie to be okay. I couldn't imagine life without my little hamster.
Okay, Erica, so what happened? What emergency did you have?
Well, it was with my cat.
Your cat.
Yes. I had some people over for dinner, and it was maybe 1:30 in the morning, and I went downstairs to let them out and show them where the taxis were. And then I came up, and I saw that the cat was gone. And it turned out that the cat fell out of the window.
Fell out of the window.
Yeah.
All right, but our listeners have to know what story or what floor do you live on?
The 20th floor.
The 20th.
Yeah. So this is really dangerous, right?
That's really high up.
Yeah. So I went outside and I was calling for my cat and I was like, Mr. Finn, where are you?
How did you know he fell out?
I just knew.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mother's instinct.
I guess so. And so he was calling back to me, and so I picked him up and brought him to the house, and then we had to bring him to the vet, and it was 2:30, 3 in the morning at this time, and the vet was like not very happy that we woke him up out of bed.
But that was a really good emergency, though.
Yeah. So anyway, we brought him to the vet. He was in critical condition for a couple of days, and then we had to keep him in the vet's ICU for about a week. He broke his back. He broke two of his legs.
Wow.
Yeah, and so he was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and then at home on bed rest for another 3 weeks.
Wow.
But now he's good as new.
Good as new.
Yeah.
He used up one of his 7 lives.
Yes.
9 lives.
Nine? Yeah. I think maybe 8 of his 9
8.
lives.
He's only got one left.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting story. I guess that's the inspiration under this dialogue.
Exactly. Sometimes we Anglos really treat our cats and our hamsters and our dogs like they're our children.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Mr. Finn is okay and he's walking and good as new.
Yep, good as new.
So maybe our users have some stories about their pets being taken to the hospital.
I want to hear.
Yeah, that should be interesting. I've never had a pet actually break a leg or anything, so don't have any pet stories this time.
I'm Tom, and I'm happy you're here. In this episode, I speak slowly. I use clear, simple words, and I repeat ideas so you can shadow my voice, practice your speaking, and build your confidence step by step. Today, we will talk about how to describe your day in English. Not just short sentences, but full ideas. What do you do in the morning? What happens in your afternoon? What is your evening routine like? By the end of this episode, you will be able to talk about your day in English using clear and natural sentences. Let's begin. Why is it important to practice talking about your day in English? It's important because your day is real. It's something that happens to you every day. You know it well. You don't need to search for words or ideas. You don't need to talk about history, science, or politics. You just need to talk about your life. You can say what time you wake up, what you eat for breakfast. You can say if you go to work or stay at home. You can say how you feel, tired, busy, happy, or relaxed. And here's the best part. When you describe your own day, you're practicing real English, useful English, English that you can use with other people in real life. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. When you talk about your day, you begin to think in English. You begin to speak more naturally. You use simple, complete sentences. You stop translating in your head. And you feel more confident when speaking. Let's take an example. Imagine you are meeting someone new. They ask, "What did you do today?" What did you do today? If you've practiced talking about your day before, you can answer. You can say, "I woke up at 7. I went to work. I had coffee and answered emails. In the evening, I made dinner and watched TV." Now, that's a full conversation. That's real communication. And that is your goal. Even if you are alone, even if you're not in an English class, even if you are shy, you can still practice speaking English by talking about your day. So, whenever you don't know what to say, start with something simple. What did I do today? What time did I wake up? What did I eat? Where did I go? What did I do in the evening? These are good questions. They help you remember vocabulary. They help you build strong English habits. They help you think in full sentences without stress. You can do this in the morning to talk about yesterday. You can do this in the evening to review today. You can even record yourself and listen back. The key is to keep it simple. Use the English you know. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes. One sentence today, 2 sentences tomorrow, a whole story next week. So today, let's build that skill together, step by step, word by word, one real sentence at a time. Okay, let's start at the beginning of the day, the morning. Morning is a very important part of your day. It sets the mood. It gives you energy. And it's a perfect time to speak and think in English, even for a few minutes. Now, let's practice some simple morning sentences together. Repeat each one slowly, just like shadowing. Let's go. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Now you repeat. Sometimes I wake up earlier, around 6:30, when I have a lot to do. Now you repeat. If I sleep late, I feel tired the next morning. I stay in bed for a few minutes and think about my day. I like to take a deep breath and stretch my arms and legs. Then I sit up slowly and get out of bed. I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth. I brush slowly and carefully for 2 minutes. Then I wash my face with cold water. It helps me feel awake. Sometimes I take a quick shower, especially if I feel sleepy. When I shower, I like to play soft music or listen to English audio. After my shower, I dry off and put on my clothes. I try to wear something clean and comfortable. Sometimes I wear jeans and a t-shirt. If I have a meeting or class, I wear something more formal. Next, I go to the kitchen and prepare my breakfast. I usually eat something simple, like toast, eggs, and fruit. Sometimes I have cereal with milk and a banana. If I have more time, I make an omelette or oatmeal. I like to eat slowly so I can enjoy my food. I drink coffee most mornings. Sometimes I drink green tea because it feels light and fresh. While eating, I sometimes watch a short video or check the news. Other days, I just enjoy the quiet and listen to birds outside. Before I leave the house, I check my phone. I look at the time and read my messages. I check my calendar to see if I have any meetings or appointments. I pack my bag with everything I need: my phone, notebook, keys, and water bottle. Then I put on my shoes and go out the door. Okay, let's shadow a story. My morning routine. In this part, I will tell you a short story about my morning. You can listen, then shadow each sentence. You can pause after each line to repeat it slowly. Are you ready? Let's begin. In the morning, I usually wake up at around 7 o'clock. Sometimes I wake up earlier if I have a lot of things to do. I lie in bed for a few minutes and think about the day ahead. I stretch my arms, yawn a little, and slowly get up. Then I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth for 2 full minutes. After that, I wash my face with cold water. It really helps me wake up. If I feel sleepy, I take a warm shower. I often listen to relaxing music while I shower. It helps me feel more calm and focused. After the shower, I put on clean clothes and check my hair in the mirror. Next, I go into the kitchen and start making breakfast. I usually eat 2 pieces of toast with butter and jam, and sometimes I add a boiled egg. I drink a large cup of coffee. That's very important to me in the morning. While eating, I sit by the window and look outside. Sometimes I hear birds singing, and I enjoy the peaceful moment. Before I leave the house, I check my phone. I look at the time, my to-do list, and my schedule for the day. Then I prepare my bag. I make sure I have everything: my phone, my wallet, my notebook, and sometimes a snack. Finally, I put on my jacket and shoes, open the door, and step outside to begin my day. Okay, let's say a few final practice sentences together. Again, you can repeat right after me. Every morning is a little different, but I try to follow a good routine. When I start my day with English, I feel more focused. I'm proud of my progress, and I will keep going. Now let's move to the afternoon, the middle part of the day. Many people are busy in the afternoon. Some people go to work, some go to school, some stay home and take care of the house or family. Whatever you do, the afternoon is a good time to use English. Even if you're busy, you can still listen. You can still repeat. You can still practice, even for just 5 or 10 minutes. Let's learn some common sentences together. Try to repeat after me, slowly and clearly. After lunch, I go back to work. Sometimes, I feel a little sleepy after I eat. I check my emails and answer the important ones first. I often read messages from coworkers or classmates. I usually have 1 or 2 meetings in the afternoon. Sometimes I meet with a client or my manager to talk about tasks. If I work from home, I sit at my desk and open my laptop. I type reports or prepare presentations. I also look at my calendar to see what I need to do next. I like to keep my desk clean and organized. It helps me think clearly. I usually take a short break around 3 o'clock. I make a cup of tea or drink some water. Sometimes I eat a small snack, like fruit or a biscuit. If I have time, I go for a short walk to get fresh air. Even 10 minutes outside helps me feel better. If the weather is nice, I walk around the block or sit in the sun. When I have free time in the afternoon, I study English. Sometimes I listen to a podcast while I take a walk. Other times, I read a short article or a story online. I also watch slow English videos to help with listening. I repeat short phrases out loud to practice speaking. Shadowing helps me speak more fluently and clearly. Before I finish work, I write down what I did. This helps me stay organized and ready for the next day. Sometimes I write one new word I learned today. I like to review my English notebook before I stop for the day. I will now tell you a story about my afternoon. You can listen, pause, and repeat after me. Try to copy my rhythm and tone. This is a great way to shadow and learn. After lunch, I usually go back to my desk to continue working. I check my emails and write a to-do list for the afternoon. I often have a video meeting with my team. We talk about what we finished in the morning and what we will do next. The meetings are usually short about 30 minutes. After the meeting, I take a short break. I walk to the kitchen and make a cup of tea or black coffee. I drink slowly while standing near the window. Sometimes I step outside for some fresh air. If I have free time, I use it to study English. I usually listen to a podcast like this one, or read a short story. Sometimes I watch a video where the speaker talks slowly. I pause the video and repeat the sentences. This is shadowing. It helps me speak more naturally and understand better. Before I stop working for the day, I write down a short summary of what I did. I also write one sentence in English to describe how I feel. For example, I finished all my work today and I feel proud. I didn't study much today, but I will try again tomorrow. This helps me reflect and stay motivated. Okay, now it's your turn. You can pause this episode for a moment. Try to talk about your afternoon, just like I did. What do you usually do after lunch? Do you go to work? Do you go to class? Do you stay at home and rest or study? Use short sentences. It's okay if it's just 3 or 4 lines. The goal is to speak, not to be perfect. Okay, let's try some sentence starters together to help you speak. I will say the beginning of the sentences, and you try to complete them, okay? In the afternoon, I usually... Very good. After lunch, I like to... Good job. Sometimes I feel... Well done. I usually take a break at... Perfect. Before the afternoon ends, I... Very good. Okay. The evening and night. Evening is a special time. A time to relax and review the day. Let's repeat some useful sentences. I come home at 6 o'clock in the evening. I take off my shoes and sit down for a few minutes to rest. I sometimes watch the news or listen to music to relax. I cook dinner or I order food if I feel tired. I eat dinner at the table with my family. We talk about our day and share stories. After dinner, I clean the kitchen and wash the dishes. Sometimes, I go for a short walk after dinner. Before bed, I read a book or listen to calming music. I take a shower and brush my teeth. I go to bed around 10:30 or 11. Okay, you have just listened to my full routine. Now, I want you to speak about your day. Here's how you can do it. First, think about your day. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? Do you work, study, take care of the house? What do you do in the afternoon? What does your evening look like? What do you do before bed? You can speak about today, or you can talk about a typical day, a normal day. Great work today. You listened to a full diary routine. You practiced new vocabulary. You repeated full sentences. And most importantly, you tried to speak in English. This is real progress. You're not just studying English. You are using English. You are living in English, one sentence at a time. Keep building your confidence. Keep practicing your daily routine until it feels easy. Now, come back to this episode often. Listen again, shadow again, and each time add more to your story.